Hey yo, how you doing, guys? It's 1/5 of them boys. Me, the one AJ, representing the Ministry of Wrestling. So I'm here, and you know why I'm here? Because there's another pay-per-view. So you know what that means? We're here. Sorry, bit off. But yes, it's not even a mad wrestling weekend. It's a mad wrestling day. We've got WWE Evolution, and we've got the grandest one that should be in the UK, Tony. It's all right, you're giving us a forbidden door. But yeah, you know how we do. We are here to celebrate All In. This time it's taking place in good old Texas, the Lone Star State. Okay, guys, let's not waste any time because, as you know, AEW don't play with their card. We have only got 8 matches. We don't do pre-shows unless there's like a major title on the line. And there is the trios match and another match. The FTR match has been, we recorded pre. So that's not going to happen. So let's talk titles right now. We are talking the Continental title, the Continental title, the International title, about to be unified as Kenny Omega takes on Kazuchika Okada. If you know your New Japan, this is not new. If you know your Forbidden Doors, this is not new. If you know Great Talent, this is not new because this goes down and it will go down once again. Let's not waste any time. Have the guys vote. Let's have a look. Are we going to see it? Are they going to call it the Intercontinental title? We've got the Continental title and the International title, and they're going to be unified. Or there's some weird unified title. I don't get why we would call it the unified title when not all your titles are unified. But anyway, that is not. It's the showdown of showdowns. The biggest names of New Japan in the previous years clash in an AEW arena. Not a Forbidden Door this time because they're both under the company. Okada has had one hell of a run as champ, and I feel like we've always said when. Kenny's just got his title. I believe Kenny Omega is the man to take both titles. So I'm saying it now, unified champion, intercontinental, international, unified, or whatever it's called, Kenny Omega for the win.
Match of the year contender right here. Gotta throw some shade. I know Big Tone, both on camera and off camera, has disagreed with me on this. I maintain Kazuchika Okada's title run has been seriously lacking. I hear the argument of not using him regularly so he becomes more of like a showpiece, like a statement piece, which I agree with, that's fine. But when he has appeared, it hasn't felt big. Don't get me wrong, when you hear that coin drop and the music hit, it's still special, but that's more historical than actual. It's weird because Kenny's got more wins than Okada in their storied rivalry. But I still think Omega's going to win this one with the diverticulitis, with the fact that the Okada title reign has been pretty lackluster. I see Kenny taking this, so yeah, Omega to win.
Oh my god! Like, if you, I wasn't doing reaction before. I wasn't doing feedback on what happened in pay-per-view and stuff like that. But their match, at Forbidden Door, the first time, it was me, Big Tone, and Nico watched it together, and silence. We were blown away. Then we watched it again. They came back, and I was like, "Oh, they're slower this time." And then they just, oh my god, they've got a lot to live up to. No matter what they do, crowd's gonna feel like, oh, they didn't give us what we wanted because they're so damn good. But no matter what they do for me, I'll appreciate it. But with all that said, I'm going with Kenny to win. Kenny lost the first time I saw it. He won the second time I saw it. He's gonna win this one. I don't even remember, but Kenny Omega to win.
Once again, we come across a match where it is such a dedicated rivalry, such a historic rivalry, that maybe hopefully this has finally come to a head. We have come to that grand finale, and it is finally Okada versus Kenny Omega. Now, I'm really confused as to whether his injuries are really going to cost him, if he's taking time off. He's only just got back, so what, has he done something for him to take time off? And this is the way they're writing him off? I'm not really sure. Because Okada could turn around and take everything home either. After all, it is winner takes all. And in these matches, it does take some thought as to where they're going with it. And for one of the actual founding fathers of AEW, I think it's right, or only right, that for that in the first of its kind, that Kenny Omega walks away with everything. So your new AEW undisputed, what is it, continental and international champion, Kenny Omega.
You know, out of all the matches on this card, this might be one of the most hardest to predict, man, because, again, you've got two guys, two of the greatest of all times, holding two, prestigious belts, going against each other to unify it. Now, which one are you going to give it to, man? If it was anyone else, I would automatically say Okada. But Okada's had that Continental Championship for a long time, man. He went through the whole Continental Classic. He's still the champion. He's still be the champion till now. But I don't know. Do we want to keep that going and make Okada's the sort of forever champion, kind of like Athena and Ring of Honor, but doing that in AEW with that Continental Classic? Or are we gonna give Omega a big moment and make him the first unified champion? Interesting. It's hard. But I'm going to go with Kenny to beat Okada and finally take that Continental belt off him. Damn, I'm not sure about this at all. But yeah. Kenny Omega for the win.
Turns out that all of the guys seem to believe that our former belt collector will be back in business, holding two titles, which will, I think, become one, because I believe it's the unit. Anyway, Kenny for the win. That's the main thing. Right, now let's go from a certainty to an uncertain match, because we're not too sure who's going to be in there. Let's go for the women's Casino Gauntlet. That's the Casino Gauntlet is what we're going to go with. Yeah. I can't list them because I don't know. Let's see how the guys voted. That's all I can do.
Women's Casino Gauntlet I'm interested in. I think you might see the likes of Sky Blue, Julia Hart, Willow Nightingale. Firm reminder of how stacked and equally underutilized the AEW women's, not tag division, women's division in general in AEW is used. More please, Tony. I think Athena's going to win this. So, yeah, let's go with that. Athena to win.
Picking Athena. Simple reason. If you see my other prediction, by this point, Mercedes has all the belts now. And there's someone in ROH with a title that's in this match. Let them go up. And let Monet make some stupid claim like, I'd only fight you unless you put your belt up, and Athena do something stupid because she's a babyface, I think, and put her belt up because babyface are not smart, and puts her belt up and loses because you know who needs more title? Mercedes Moné. So with that said, Athena's gonna win this match for a future match with Mercedes Moné, and Mercedes Moné collects that belt as well. That's my pick.
Once again, it's the women's battle royal, and again we're very unsure of the participants. I can't even think of one. This is going to be a short one because I really don't know who's in it. I'm struggling to figure out where the storyline's going in terms of who could possibly win it. But there's so many names, so many deserving participants that I can't just give you one. So I guess I'm just going to have to guess outside the box and say the winner of the women's battle royal, Chris Statlander.
Once again, the same like with the male battle royal, gauntlet match. It's difficult to determine without knowing all the people who's going to be in it. But, man, if I was to say, because there could be a surprise. Like I said, a certain doctor may not be bound for somewhere else as much as we think. Man. I have no idea who's going to win this. So I'm going to go with someone who I feel deserves it, and that's Willow Nightingale. Willow Nightingale for the win. And to be honest, she has history with who I think is going to win the women's title match anyway. So it makes sense. Willow Nightingale for the win.
Tino Gauntlet, no names given, so what am I going to do? I should also say no F's given, but that would be rude. And it's not because it's the women's, I feel the same about the men's. This year I'm in a bit of a, if I don't see a name I don't want to do them, but hey, the guys have done it, and I'm not bitching, well I am, but not on, to them, just the way it is. Maybe I'm too busy today. Okay, right, let's go for it. Women's Gauntlet. In my head and my heart I want to say Thunder Rosa, and that just could be because I'm a fan of Riot Cabaret and she's currently holding their title. Let's not add, why not add more to the mix? But there is something in my head that I'm like, if you want shock value, the same way we once upon a time thought MJF had gone, and well, I remember this is when we were doing live predictions. I was like, MJF is the secret guest. Lo and behold, he came. I'm going for the dentist. DMD, Britt Baker. I'd love to see her in WWE. I think it'd be better for her. But let's give her one final bow out while she's there. Britt Baker. Yeah, it just feels the way of it. So I'm going for Britt Baker for the win. And if she doesn't, well, congratulations to the winner. Some good names. Some good names in there. Yeah, Willow Nightingale. That would be interesting. That would be something to make Mercedes Moné pause. Yeah, Athena, who I have been told is not only a hometown hero, but I've heard has done a lot of promotion for this All In. So that would also be something, and look, overdue. She needs to be on pay-per-view more, and not just these little pre-show things, and the cash-ins. No. Athena's a damn star who's had that title forever. That would be a nice clash, and obviously Thunder Rosa, Chris Statlander, who's recently won the EVE International title, would also be fun. Or potentials for our belt collector to collect more. So yeah, good luck to the winner. And I've just realized what I've done, because I've just called Britt Baker, and my next match is Adam Cole versus Kyle Fletcher. Bit awkward, right? It's not what it used to be. But anyway, yeah, the TNT title is on the line, and that's what matters. As Adam Cole, baby, boom, takes on Kyle Fletcher. How did the guys vote? Let's have a look.
The match that's going to cost me, because everything inside my bone is telling me to pick Kyle Fletcher. But I can't go against Adam Cole, baby. Yeah, I can't go against Adam Cole, so I want to pick Adam Cole, even though I do think he's not going to take it. I should just switch it, but I can't. I already did one other video for the shorts, and I said Adam Cole. I'm not reshooting, so sticking with that. Adam Cole's taking it. Is he though? Yeah, Adam Cole winning it. Done.
For me, I don't know what Adam Cole, baby, has done to promote that TNT championship. It's been very quiet, very dormant, I think we need someone with a little bit more kind of oomph behind them to carry that TNT title into different realms. And if anyone's capable of that, Kyle Fletcher is absolutely capable of that. I think it's time for a new champ. So your new TNT champion, or AEW TNT champion, Kyle Fletcher, the proto-star.
Yeah, this match isn't actually that hard for me. Look, Cole has had the title for a while. Kyle Fletcher's still up and coming. And I feel they still want to continue to push him as a guy that's going to be a top guy in the future. So, hey, why not a big win over Adam Cole in All in Texas, man? So, yeah, Kyle Fletcher for the win. Become your new TNT champion.
Never thought the day would exist that I go against Adam Cole, baby. Boom. But yeah, I'm doing it. I believe. I keep looking at the aspects of Kyle Fletcher and how much this man has evolved since the breakaway from United Empire, the breakaway from Will Ospreay, and being part of the Don Callis family. So yes, I'm going for it. Your new champion, Kyle Fletcher.
Well, the curse of the TNT title continues. But Adam Cole's been on Collision. Does anyone really watch Collision? Fair play, but this title seems to be you win it and you go off TV. And at least off of Dynamite. and unlikely to get on pay-per-views. And if you do get on pay-per-views, you end up in this position where your run has been on a program that no one really watches. So I do think, given how much they have pushed Kyle Fletcher to be a big star, and he is, time to put some more gold on him. I think Fletcher's taking this, and I hope that his star has been built enough that even though he's got the cursed title, he'll still be appearing on Dynamite. We shall see. But yeah, Kyle Fletcher to win this one.
Bold move then. Bold move. I respect it. The need to not want to record another short just makes you stick with your answer. Wow. Okay. Good luck to you. Nothing's impossible. They both have factions behind them, so it's possible. But I do believe Kyle Fletcher will be an awesome TNT champ. I think that's the way we need to go. Anyway, right. Let's talk about champ. Let's talk about a timeless champ, even though one time it did come to an end because she's a three-time champ, but the timeless Toni Storm is a two-time women's champ. And then we have the belt collector, that is Mercedes Moné, which was mentioned previously in the Casino Gauntlet. No one's putting any respect on Tony, sadly. Is it a spoiler to the way we voted? I don't know. Let's have a look. How did the guys vote? The timeless Toni Storm finally takes on Mercedes Moné for the AEW Women's Championship.
This is a really hard match for me to determine who the winner would be, because you have the belt cleaner versus, I think she is the longest reigning women's champion now, and on her second run as well. So it's really hard for me to determine a winner, and this rivalry has been done rather well. They've rather got us guessing and so forth. And I'm trying to think with my head as well as my heart. Because if Mercedes gets the Women's Championship, what happens to those other belts that she's got? Does she vacate them? Does she defend all of them? You know, it would be quite the big head that she would have if she then also won the AEW Women's Championship. But where does Toni go from there if she loses? Does she start again? This is her second run, and I know if she loses this belt, it's going to be quite some time before she gets back into that title picture. Maybe even like a mid-card sort of ordeal. But I think I'm going to go with still your AEW Women's World Champion, timeless Toni Storm.
So this is the money match that they've been building to. It's obvious from a long time ago. I've been saying it for months. This is the match that they should do. It's the biggest women's match they've got. Timeless Toni Storm taking on Mercedes Moné. Now, is Mercedes getting all of those belts? I think she is, you know. I mean, I know Timeless Toni Storm is the baby face, and she did lose that last year's Allin as well, in a title match as well. But I feel like we're going to have to repeat history here, simply for the fact that, look, Toni Storm is bulletproof. And I think it's been a long time coming that they wanted to, crown Mercedes Moné with the top prize. And what better place to do it than Allin, Texas, man. I'm sure Toni will get it back off her at some point. But, the trail of belts continues. Mercedes Moné for the win.
So we're finally here, the Clash of Clash, possibly the biggest women's match in AEW history. And it's not because they've both come from the other company, because before that one was doing Japan and everything. But that's not the point. It's the match that they've all been talking about. Let's see which way it goes. I believe with the belt collector being the belt collector, why are we going to stop here? It's fun. It's been a great run. Oh, 2 runs actually. But I believe Mercedes Moné is your new AEW Women's Champion. And also still TBS Women's Champion.
It's a big match, this one, and I think, there's rumours of Mercedes being like an ultimate politician backstage, which is why she's got so many belts. I don't know about that. I do know that this is going to be a bangarang match. I think this is in all of professional wrestling, no matter what federation you look at, this is the marquee women's match at the moment. Toni Storm really seems to luck out at All In. She lost to Mariah May last year. And I think she's about to lose to Mercedes. Yeah, Mercedes Moné to win this.
This match is going to piss me right off. Oh, sorry. It's going to pee me off. Sorry, AJ. That's not a curse word. Anyway. The biggest thing right now that's caught my attention in AEW is the timeless one, Toni Storm. I mean, she's hilarious. I love the interviews. I love everything she does. And it's great. And she's champion. Wonderful. Only problem she has is she's going up against the real belt collector, and that's Mercedes Moné. It's weird that there's someone in the scene that was 10 belt Nina Samuels, and I like Nina having all 10 belts, and I want Nina to go back to having all 10 belts. I want to have everything, but I'm sick of Moné having everything. It's crazy, but it is what it is. And I'm such a big fan of her friend in WWE, Bayley. It makes no sense, but with all that said, I'm still going to pick Mercedes Moné to win, because if you're collecting, this is another one to collect. Alright, winner of this match, Mercedes Moné.
It seems like there's less time for the timeless one. Yeah, the dad jokes and the puns are going to cover them. They're going to keep coming. It's what we do. Or it's what I do. Sorry, I do apologize. Right, okay, let's move on, because it seems like there's not much to say. Everyone believes Mercedes Moné it's her time. Will it be? Will it not be? We could all lose a point on it. It's happened. Check the US title. Anyway, right, we've talked about the women's gauntlet. Now let's have a look at the men's gauntlet. Again, a few names have been dropped in this. How did everyone vote? Will they go with that? Will they go for a surprise entry? We don't know. I don't know. There's only one way to find out. Let's have a look.
Yeah, these Casino Royale matches are quite hard to call when you don't know everyone who's going to be in it, man. Because it's likely going to be some surprise person that's going to come back and win the whole thing. But hell, I don't know. You know what? My mind does kind of go to 3 people. And that's Adam Copeland, that's Darby Allin, and that's Orange Cassidy. But wait a minute. Storyline-wise, though, yeah, wait, it's got to be MJF. I reckon MJF is going to win with the whole the Hurt Business, man. Whether he's going to get the title anytime soon, we'll see. But yeah, I'm going to pick MJF for the win.
If my main event theory remains true, then I need a face winner. I need a face winner for this battle royal. Ricochet kind of stuck in my head, but then that would be more with a heel champ. Spoiler for what's coming up later on. Let's go with it. There's a few names out there, a few interesting names. Obviously, 2 men can't be in it because they're putting their title shots on the line. It would be interesting if they lost and they appeared. That would negate the thing, wouldn't it? That would negate the thing. Right, bear with me a second, guys. I am going to refer to my phone because I've been advised that there's a few guys who are in this match, which might just help, because how can you predict the world with an entire roster of people? So, guaranteed, MJF, Mystico, Bandido, Ricochet, and Brody King. Mark Briscoe. Gosh, there is no one here that makes me go, oh, you have a chance short of good old MJF. I actually don't know. I actually do not know, because I actually don't even want it to be MJF. Kenny would have been good had he been there. I'm scratching my head for a decent AEW contender at the moment, and I feel that everyone who's in the running is there. Oh, hello. Darby Allin. Just hit me. Darby Allin for the win.
Only 8 matches on an AEW show? Now that's how you book a pay-per-view. More than 4, less than 13. I like it. Casino Gauntlet match. Men's Casino Gauntlet match. Keep this short and sweet. I mean, anyone can win this. I think the obvious choice here would be MJF. So, yeah, maybe Ricochet. Maybe Takeshita. I'd love to see them push Takeshita. Not going to happen. Let's go with MJF.
Yeah, I'm going with Darby Allin to take this. Simple reason. I went online to see who's in this match, just to find out who am I voting for. And as I was looking around, the first time that popped up was Darby Allin, so I thought, oh no, screw it. Go with Darby Allin. That's my only logic and reason for this. I don't know why we're making a prediction for a match with no names on it. So I guess some people desperate to win, but imagine I pull it out of the bag and Darby actually turn up and win. So I think, you know what, we should get multiple points for this, but it doesn't matter. We're going to keep it simple and say Darby Allin, or the third person that walks out of his Rumble style. But yeah, I'm going to stick with Darby. That's my pick.
See, once again, they come across a battle royal where we are not really sure of the participants. It's really hard to determine this because obviously there's not been any promos, there's not been any sort of thing, but once again, there's like an angle around one of the participants who wants to win, and that's MJF. Now, I don't know if there's going to be a debutant, I don't know if there's going to be a comeback, I don't know what's going to happen, but this match possibly could set up, obviously, the next rivalry, slow build or not, and for it to make sense, I think it's only got to be Max or Jacob Freeman.
Sorry. I'm never one to mock. I know I say like 100 names wrong sometimes. Yeah, it happens. Look, then get some. I give him a little slap on the wrist sometimes. But the idea of Leon saying that a debutante will be in the men's casino Royale gauntlet is just hilarious. Like, if for those who don't know, a debutante is a young upper class lady. Yeah, I don't think that's what we're looking for. A debuting, maybe debutante. I don't believe will be the case. No shots fired, bro. Nothing but love. But yeah, a bit of a giggle. A bit pissed. I'm gonna be real, bit pissed. That's the other side of it. Is I actually legit thought I was the only one who thought Derby. Then also happened to think Derby by going online. As you can see, the penny literally dropped for me at the last minute. And then Tone and Nick mentioned it, but didn't go for it, which I thought was weirder on Nico's end. That kind of telegraphed the contender, but didn't. But again, it all depends on who he calls champ. It could be a roundabout way of it all. But yes, few interesting names there. MJF being well, interesting names. There's two that are really there. Half face paint versus that's the second one I called Thunder as well, didn't I? Lucky I went DMD, trying to bring back Sting. Right, yeah. But here we go. MJF, who could get the Hurt Business, but I think they'll be too focused on their own titles to worry about him, and he might try to slap them. Like, where are you guys? I was there for you. Don't do that. Bobby will hurt you. Yeah, that's that. But either way, yeah, hopefully one of the guys wins that in Darby Allin, not MJF, because I need points. Anyway, let's move on. Let's go into one where we can guarantee who we know is going to be in there. We're going to swerve, right, with the undisputed era. Yeah, it's that versus the EVPs of AEW. Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay versus Matthew and Nicholas Jackson. Your EVPs, your Young Bucks. If the Bucks win, no title shots for two guys for a whole year. I have a theory on that. I will drop soon. And on the other side, we have two men who done what they had to do for another man to get a title shot. And in that, they are trying to remove the power trip that is the Bucks. Now, I think there's more to this power trip if we're going to really play into it. But anyway, we will see how the guys vote, and then I will drop my 2 cents. Swerve Strickland, Will Ospreay versus the Bucks. How do we vote? Let's have a look. The EVPs, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, formerly known as, or still known as, the Young Bucks, take on two of the hottest commodities in AEW, Swerve Strickland and Will Ospreay. The Bucks lose, they're no longer EVPs. Swerve and Ospreay lose, they're not in line for a title shot for a whole year. Now, I have a prediction. Some people may say it. I don't want to say it because I feel like it's going to sell it. But essentially, the company needs the EVPs. It's all part of their shtick. It's not going to work any other way. So I believe, without getting into too much details, the Young Bucks, Matthew and Nicholas Jackson, are still your EVPs. And these two guys who have both had title shots within this year are now going to have to wait a year before they can become a contender to the AEW heavyweight title again. Plus there's other titles to go for, guys. Go for it.
So, I'm quite far behind in the overall rankings, given that I'm the reigning champion. Unless I start making some big calls, I shall not remain remaining champion this season. So, I'm going to start doing some gambling. Now, with this one, it feels to me like they've planted a trap here in terms of the booking. It seems obvious that, you can't surely keep Ospreay and Strickland off the top picture for long. Yeah, you can, because they're an amazing tag team. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say if you wanted to pick a tag team who could dethrone the Hurt Syndicate, it would be these guys. Hidden House, Houseblade, Blade Call, whatever you want to call them. Blade Call's quite good. I like that. Yeah, I think there's stock in actually having them not be in the world title picture for a whole year, because they're both bulletproof at this point. They don't need to be in the world title picture. Ospreay has had one world title match in his entire AEW run, and he feels no lesser a big star. He's still the marquee wrestler in AEW. Strickland, you can put in any feud and he'll make it awesome. These two don't need to be in the world title picture. You could spend a year having them either feud with each other and or feud with the world tag team scene, do some title retentions together, then do their own separate stories, and the build up to them coming back to the world title scene in a year's time could be a big deal. I think you need to keep the EVP titles on the Young Bucks. It just works. So this is my first kind of like gamble bet. All odds say pick Swerve and Ospreay. I'm not. I'm going to pick the Young Bucks to win.
I love the Bucks, but as it goes, if I pick one of the Elite to win, yeah, the original when I started watching it, be the Elite. If I pick one of them to win, which is Kenny, you see that, I got to pick the other ones to lose, because both never win on the same night. I've never seen them both win on the same night anyway. Probably have, but I just can't remember it. And also, they're going up against Swerve and Will. And I have to pick Will Ospreay, because that dude moves in ways he shouldn't. My favourite wrestler right now, still, I'm going to say Will Ospreay, because, my God, watching him live is amazing. Watching him on TV is amazing. I know I did a match review with them two earlier, and I didn't give it the greatest of it, but there was more story behind it. But right now, Will Ospreay and Swerve's taking this. That's my last one. That's it.
This is another one of those matches where you could do so much with it. I mean, there's a storyline in the stipulation itself. Like, obviously, if Swerve and Will Ospreay lose, they can't wrestle for the tag team titles, or for the world title, for 1 year. And again, there's a storyline in that. They could obviously lose the match, and now they're going at each other's throats for the best part of a year. Like, there's so much storyline telling in that. Whereas if they win, all right, yes, they still get their future world title shots, but who gets it first? Who's next? It's very important to know who the main champion would be in order for it to be, whether it's a new rivalry, a rivalry picked back up. I'm not really sure. This is so hard. I'm going to say the winner of the match. I know there's going to be definitely some efferys going on, but your winner of the match by nefarious means, the Young Bucks.
Kudos to AEW for making a stipulation match where the stipulations actually can go either way, because it's not so drastic as, they're fired, they can never have a world title match again. Then we know, innit, for almost 100% certainty that the good guys are going to win. But now here is a very real thing that they could do, and have them lose that match, and that actually creates a year's storyline of basically a year of storylines. Like, you can have Ospreay and Will get really bitter against each other. You can have them build up their way back in the year to come, and the run up to that deadline being broken. And ironically, it'll be broken at Allin as well. So for Will Ospreay, especially if he's doing that, yeah, I would imagine the best place to crown Will anyway is gonna be AEW London. Yeah, like in front of our home crowd in Wembley. It's the best place to do it. So he can wait. He can wait. Swerve though is where it gets a bit tricky because really we're gonna make Swerve wait a year to be champion, especially if Hangman becomes champion. Like it's the most obvious thing in the world to revisit that match. So it's up in the air, man. But like the EVPs, obviously we know behind the scenes they're still gonna be the EVPs. But storyline wise, is it time to take away their power? Is it time to get rid of the Death Riders and the Bucks all at once in one night for a happy ending? I say it is. I'm going Ospreay and Swerve to do it, man. They're gonna boot out the Young Bucks.
Toad, I thought you were going to make the right decision. Maybe you have, but yeah, that was my thing that I held back on. I didn't want to kind of put it out there for a future, a very long future, to be fair. But hey, points be points when you're hungry. I see Ospreay being out for a year, and yeah, bruv, it's my time now. Sorry, I don't know why I made it sound like Jason Statham, but yeah, Wembley Arena, 2026. Wild horses will not hold me back from being at that All In because Will Ospreay. We will tear the house down for you, my boy. We will tear the house down for you. But anyway, that's possibly a year away. It could be next month. Who knows? Who bloody knows? Who bloody knows? Yep, the guys are split. The guys are split. That's the way. This is the way. This is what prediction shows are all about. Comment below. Let's say which way you guys went. All right, let's keep it moving. And let's go from a tag team to tag titles. Yes, they hurt people. They hurt Syndicate. I keep saying business. So I'm going to apologize for the video that's there. The Hurt Syndicate taking on two tag teams, Jet Speed and the Patriarchy. Will they retain? Why do I keep going into my Jason Statham voice today? I don't know. I really don't know. Maybe it's because I'm the host. But anyway, yeah, let's go for it. Tag titles on the line. Have the guys vote. Let's have a look.
I mean, this one's pretty straightforward. The Hurt Syndicate, some people are saying, have laid siege a la Death Riders to the tag titles. I do not agree. They are a massive deal, and they're being presented as a massive, insurmountable deal, as they damn well should be. They're winning this. The Hurt Syndicate are absolutely winning this. I can actually see Christian Cage eating the pin, and then Nick Wayne turning on Christian Cage and blaming him for the loss. So I think there's going to be a non-relevant Hurt Syndicate story that bleeds off from this. I do think they're going to protect Jet Speed, which they should. Great team. Great individual wrestlers as well. So yeah, the Hurt Syndicate's going to retain and look out for a patriarchy breakup.
So I was trying to find out like who's in the gauntlet match. I know we're not doing prediction for that, but on my searching, I saw by accident people stating Hurt Syndicate should lose, and they keep saying the two that win. And I'm like, why are they talking about that? I typed in gauntlet match. But anyway, from what I see, everyone should say Hurt Syndicate should lose. And I don't believe that. And I like the Hurt Syndicate, so I'm going to stick with that. I'm going to stick with the Hurt Syndicate. That's right. I'm being stubborn, or I'm burying my head in the sand. I don't care. Don't mess with the Hurt Syndicate. They hurt people. Hurt Syndicate to win.
You know what's funny? I literally was watching the Go Home show to All In, and I have never seen the Hurt Syndicate get treated like how they got treated. They literally got their backsides handed to them. Since they've joined, they've just been on a rampage. They've just literally beat people up, whoever they want, when they want, and they've been dominating the tag team division. However, in this sense, they got their asses handed to them. It was like, wow, is this what we're doing now? And I know there's definitely got to be some comeback to that. You don't steal people's tag team titles, and you definitely don't piss off, should I say, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin. Yeah, it's a very clear winner here. And ladies and gentlemen, they hurt people. The winner of this match, the Hurt Syndicate.
While the tag team title match is going to be a very fun affair, high octane match, especially with the people in it. Man, come on, man. The Hurt Syndicate, they're just going to hurt people and they're going to retain their titles, man. I don't see a world in which the Patriarchy or like Jet Speed become champions, man. Because as great as they are, they pale in comparison to the Hurt Syndicate and what the Hurt Syndicate are doing. They need to be holding those titles for a long time, man. It's the only thing that makes sense, man. Hurt Syndicate to hurt people for the win.
The Hurt Business, Jet Speed, the Patriarchy. Look, let's not waste any time, because time is money and money is business, people. Yeah, Hurts. Oh, especially if you put your money in a syndicate, because yes, the Hurt Syndicate will continue to hurt people. Yeah, they're gonna just hurt more people because there's extra tag teams to beat up. But yes, Bobby Lashley and Shelton Benjamin with MJF and MVP in their corner are still your tag team champs. What I do expect though, here's one for you. Let's put it out there now. This loss might have the Patriarchy not being so fond of Papa. So he may get his A whooped and we may see Cook come down for the save. Just a theory. But either way, Hurt Business, still your tag team champs. So I was going to give it that, the Hurt Syndicate kind of turned into like that new version of the Nation, a bunch of brothers and the token, the non-brother, who's a brother in another way, as Owen Hart was and as Nico is. But then it hit me. He had that Tropic Thunder look, didn't he, when he came back? So when I say non-brother, he'd be like, what do you mean, brother? So, hey, either way, something that just crossed my mind while I stupidly was there. But yeah, as you can see, these brothers are all down with the Hurt Business. Syndicate! Hurt Syndicate! Old habits die hard. I have a t-shirt. I'm that hooked on those guys. Cedric, what are you doing in TNA? Anyway, matters not. Let's spread the hurt. Okay, everyone's down with the Syndicate. Let's try and get this real quick. We're doing good. There was one less match, and anyway, on the other show in similar time. So I want to get this done as quickly as possible. Jon Moxley, Adam Hangman Page, the main event. Texas Death Match rules. Both of these guys love this kind of stuff. Which way did guys vote? Let's have a look. Jason Statham's back. Main event. Yeah, maybe that one. Shut up. Main event. Let's do it. Enough of the jokes.
Jon Moxley versus Hangman Adam Page, another Adam. Not a fan of him. I don't know what it is. I just haven't gravitated towards Hangman Page. Moxley is Moxley. He's just like, I'm coming in, I'm gonna bleed, let's fight. Adam would drink the blood. Let's not say I like it. His hardcore matches are crazy. He should be like one of those crazy ass promotion, but he's in AEW and fans like him, so great for him. Keep doing good. But I'm gonna pick Jon Moxley to retain. Yes, Jon Moxley to retain because I know there's a story building with Moxley, Swerve. I mean, not Moxley. Hangman, Swerve, and Will to become a trio thing. So yeah, I'm sticking with that story. All right, has to lose to become something else. Winner of this match, Jon Moxley.
So in this match, this is going to be for like AEW's WrestleMania. This is going to be the blockbuster match. So many things is going to happen. There's probably going to be so much nefarious means or attempted nefarious means, but it's just going to be a real difficult. See, again, this is difficult for me to determine who the winner would be as well. But in terms of it making sense, because Moxley has had that title for some time now. Like I said before, I think how many PLEs ago, I'm tired of that belt being in a briefcase. I'm not really seeing any real purpose as to why they're doing what they're doing. And I don't know if they've come to their senses with that. I don't know if Moxley is leaving soon. I don't know what's happening. But for me, I think it's about time someone has that belt now. Even if it's for a little period and then he gets it back and it's back in the briefcase. I think it just makes sense for the Cowboy to finally finish his story, and I couldn't think of a better place than Texas. So your new AEW World Champion, Hangman Adam Page.
Believe it or not, the main event is still pretty hard to call. On the surface of it all, it should seem like a shoo-in that Moxley has had the title for a long time, so it's time to drop. The fact that it's a Texas death match, though, means anything can happen, and there's so many things that, like, ways that the match can go, so many things that can happen in the match to, basically keep Moxley as champion. However, I think I will point to the most obvious thing that could happen is Bryan Danielson. Yes, he's not dead. He's just rested. Will come back, make the big save, the last minute shot, and obviously this is gonna be another one of those type Infinity Wars, Spider-Man Homecoming where everyone comes out to fight, and right at the last minute, Danielson's gonna come out to fight too, and they're gonna create a moment, create a space, create an opening where Hangman Adam Page capitalizes and becomes your new AEW World Champion. Hangman Adam Page.
Do you know, in me, absolutely all angles in me says Hangman, and that's what happened the last time. I wanted it. I wanted it to be Ospreay, but I felt it should be Hangman, and I went against my better judgment. But I don't know if this is the time. Is this the time that Mox drops? Is this the end of the Death Riders? This is the thing. At all other times, I've been like, everyone's like, it's time for the Death Riders to end. It's time for the Death Riders to end. Is it though? Is this really the time? I don't know. I'm actually confused. Texas Deathmatch says it. Do you know what? I think that's the thing. Texas Deathmatch says it should be Hangman. I think it's gonna go against the expected stipulation. I was gonna say Hangman, and it's always come back to haunt me. But this time I'm gonna stick with Jon Moxley to still be your AEW World's Heavyweight Champion.
I don't see it. The world seems to think that because it's All In, because it's the big stage, because Moxley's held the title for ages, it's time to take the belt off him and give Hangman his second run. I'm gonna have a gamble here, but I again call red herring. I don't see Hangman as the world champ yet. He's amazing. I love Hangman. It would make me pleased to see him with the belt again. There's going to be shenanigans galore in this match. I have a feeling they're going to pull a WrestleMania 39 on us. I have a feeling they're going to send people home unhappy. I think Moxley's retaining the belt. I think the glimmer of hope might be that after Moxley wins, Darby Allin's music is going to hit to set up the feud, which I do think he'll lose at. So I'm a little bit booking with my heart here because I've said for ages that Darby's coming back. And listen, I don't know if you all caught it. There was a little Easter egg I think Moxley planted in his promo on Dynamite where he said, "You can't climb to the top of the mountain. The air up here is too thin. No one is capable except me of breathing this thin air." I mean, Darby's just climbed Everest. I might be reaching, but that does feel like a seed plant. That does feel like an Easter egg. Why is man talking about reaching the top of the mountain and breathing thin air when we've been kind of hypothesizing for so long that Darby's going to be the one that takes the title? Surely that was a tease that Hangman's not winning. So I'm taking that promo and I'm running with it. And I'm also going to assume, I'm taking that promo, I'm running with it, and I'm taking a gamble here because I think everyone's going to go with Hangman. I think Jon Moxley's retaining.
Got you, bro. Got you. I got you, Nicole. I got you. So that's the way of it. It looks like we have all made our beds and now we got to lie in it. And Sunday will be a busy day. We will either be, one man might walk out with 10 points. One man may walk out with 0-0. I fear that man may be me, but it doesn't matter. Guys, whether you're a WWE fan, whether you're an AEW fan, and this being an AEW recording, I'm going more to the AEW homeboys and girls out there when I say it. Enjoy the shows. Enjoy the shows. Comment below. Ring the bell. Let us know what you think. Let us know your predictions across the two shows. I'd absolutely love to hear from you. But until the next time, guys, I was trying to keep it under an hour because, yeah, I appreciate you guys sticking with us for as long as you did. So until the next time, I am the one AJ representing these boys, MO Dub, and I am out. See ya.